Hello everyone, my name is Henry, and this is a brief overview of the first class of Principles of Computer Science. Now, before I begin, I must apologize, because I actually almost did not make this video because the first class was an introduction to the course. But I realized late at night that I could do a quick review of the code handout that was given to us at the very first class. Now then, let's begin. Commenting in programming is not only important, but a very good practice to get into if you hope to be in the coding world for any amount of time. There are two ways of doing this. The first is the whack star method, where if you look at the top of the paper, you will see an example of this. Anything in between the whack stars will show in the code, but not be used in the actual programming. The more popular method, though, is the whack method, which is the second line on the page. Now, in order to use Java, you need to import Java utilities. As you can see with the Java or the line import Java util. The first thing you need to do in Java is declare the class. In this program, we're calling the class first. Variables are critical in Java. Integer number 2 declares both your variables and also state their integers. Now, I'm sure at this point you're going, Henry, what's with this public static void thingy? That, my friend, I won't tell you. At least, not yet, as it's a bit complex. But what I will tell you is about the main part of it. Inside your class will always start with your main method. Otherwise, your program will not work. I'll tell you why later. System out print line will print out on the page what you put in between the quotation marks. System out print will allows you to enter your two integers. Now, I'm sure you're wondering what's the difference between print line and print. Well, print line allows you to showcase hello there, and then it drops down a line, where system print will just keep it on the same line. So that way it will show enter two integers and it will stay right here. Now, the scanner keyboard part allows you to use a keyboard. So it tells the program that you're going to use a keyboard to be the input method. The part where it says number 1 keyboard next integer, this is where your program reads what you entered for your two integers and assigns them to your variables number 1 and number 2. System out print will again print out the line. The sum of these two numbers is, and it'll leave it right here. Then your program jumps down to your next part, system dot out print line number 1 plus number 2, and the program does the math and then prints out the sum of them. So it will show the sum of these two numbers is, and if we did 2 plus 3, it would show 5. Now we have the terminator right here, and that will end your main method. The next terminator will end your class. And that's pretty much the end of the program. So let's do some review about Java. Now, the steps to run a Java program is number 1, you need to create and modify your code. Number 2, you need to save your code as a file. Number 3, you need to compile the code. Otherwise, your computer won't actually be able to read it, because the way it is right now, this is what some call standard or source code, and computers can't read that. So, we need a compiler to change it to bytecode, which computers can understand that. And number 4, 2 steps to run a Java program, is if the programs have runtime errors, go back to step 1. Java provides us with a lot of tools we need to make life easy for us. Now, in Java, there are certain reserved words, which have a specific meaning to the compiler that we use. Now, you can't actually use these words, and usually Java will pop up and say, you can't use this word. And just so you guys know, Java is case sensitive. So if we were to put in the line, say, bear with a capital B, and the next line, bear with a lowercase b, it sees these as 2 completely different things. To us, they look exactly the same, but to Java, they are polar opposites. Now, about this public static void thing that I didn't tell you about, those are considered to be modifiers, which I'll definitely tell you about more in the future. Statements in Java are an action, which right here in integer number 1 and number 2, that's a statement. And statements always end with these semicolons, which once you get to coding, they're gonna be the most evil thing you can possibly think of, because you'll work on 2 pages of code and it'll mess up just because of one little semicolon. Now, blocks are a group of statements. So this main method and everything in between here, that's a block. It's a collection of all these statements. A class is a program defined by all these methods, and also what we need to use in our Java program. Our class is first. And the main method is this guy right here. I've said it before and I'll say it again. You will always need to start your Java program with main method in order for it to work. Because the way that Java is built is that it looks exclusively for the main method. After it finds the main method, it says, okay, this is the start point, and I'll just do the rest on my own. If you don't have that main method, Java just panics and just dies. And that's pretty much the gist of the code page handout that we got in class. Now, since this was just the introduction day, my videos will probably be a lot better than this one right now, because I'll have a lot more to talk about. But until next time, do have a good day. Bye.